I made a bet with one of my buddies here on YouTube, the Annie Bosu. I bet that the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl. And yeah. So here are the top 3 things that I love about Handshakers, my favorite anime. Number 1, the titty physics. That's right. Episode 1, 2, maybe, I don't remember. The Precious Memories chick approaches our main character, walks up to him in class, listen to some tunes, and her bahunkaroonies are bopping. Top tier. I feel like they spent most of the good animation on episode 1 titties, but it made the list, so it was worth it, I guess. Number 2, and possibly my favorite moment of the series. About midway through, the main character, whose name I don't remember at all, she's been learning how to cook for the first like 4 or 5 episodes, however long, and getting better at cooking and behaving like a human. And there's some school event where they need to cook, and 3 people that were supposed to be chefs for this event show up in front of our main characters, and all 3 of them have their right arm in a sling. All 3 chefs broke their right arm the day before the event and can't cook. So our main character has to do it. It's like the worst plot device I've ever seen. Like, you could have just had one chef and been like, oh, she's sick. 3 chefs all broke their right arm while practicing is a bit of a stretch. That was like, I think, the only moment of this entire show where I felt like I was enjoying it. Like, that was so bad that it was really funny. The rest of the show just kind of bored me to death. So I needed that humor, I guess. Number 3 would be the kind of photorealistic background CG, like the city and the sky and the way that stuff looked. I've seen K, which I believe is the same studio or it's an adjacent studio, because they do the same shit. But K doesn't look like garbage. There's some shots of K that look actually really good and almost lifelike. Handshakers had the exact same take a photo of somewhere in Japan, stretch it a little bit, and brighten up the colors to make it look animated. The problem is with Handshakers, the characters are so like flat and 2D that it kind of looks like you took a sticker sheet of cartoon characters and put them in like a tourism book of Japan. Like, they just don't fit with the background at all. But I think like the isolated shots of the background look kind of cool. The reflections off of the glass and the way the sky looks are generally okay. It just doesn't mesh with the rest of the show. And I guess I'll give an honorable mention. I'll do a top 4 things. Precious Memories. They pushed that shit. I'm still kind of confused as to whether or not I can purchase Precious Memory cards, or if there's like a rule book or other players. But they were dedicated to that ad. Whether it was an in-universe card game or a real card game that they were advertising, they sold it. They pushed that shit really hard and put that on like really major characters, probably the second or third most important characters. So I guess props for that. I don't really know if that's a good thing or not. I just want to give one big shout out to the Anibosu for forcing me to make this garbage video about fucking Handshakers again. I'm gonna put his channel link in the description. Please go check him out. He makes some really interesting content, very business oriented. It's which anime character of these 2 would be the better CEO, and I think one of his videos was like going through Cowboy Bebop and seeing a lot of these quotes and how you can apply them to your real life and how you can apply them to your business, whether you're a CEO or just an entry level employee. It's kind of like really cool business advice and insight into the anime world, and just a really cool blend and crossover. And I mean, hopefully next bet we make, he has to make a video and shout me out. That's it.